Every website you visit, every app you use, it has a story. And today, we're going to map out the path of the storyteller, the front-end developer. If you're new to this world, it can feel, well, a little overwhelming, right? But don't worry, we're here to chart a clear course right through all that noise. I'm willing to bet you've seen one of these before. A huge, sprawling map of technologies that looks more like a tangled web. And you've probably asked yourself, where do I even begin? Well, that's exactly what we're going to tackle. Think of this as your compass. We're going to turn that mess into a straight line.
So what's our destination here? What even is a front-end developer? Simply put, they're the ones who build everything you see and interact with on a website. They take ideas, designs, and raw data, and they translate all of it into the visual, interactive world we all use online every single day.
All right, let's begin. Every great journey starts with a single step. And for us, that first step is the core foundation. These are the 3 languages that are the absolute bedrock of the web. These aren't optional, they're the non-negotiables.
The best way to understand these 3 is with a simple analogy. Think of a website like a person. HTML is the skeleton. It provides the basic structure and gives everything its meaning. Then you've got CSS, which is like the skin. It adds all the style, the color, the clothing, the entire look. And finally, JavaScript, that's the muscles in the brain. It's what brings the whole thing to life, making it move and react.
So let's place our first marker on the map, HTML. It is the absolute blueprint of every single web page. It uses these simple tags to tell the browser, hey, this chunk of text is a heading, or this part here is a paragraph. You literally can't build a house without a frame, and you can't build a website without HTML.
Okay, next up is CSS. If HTML is the raw frame of the house, CSS is the entire interior design team, the painters, the landscapers, the whole deal. It's the artist toolkit. It controls everything you see, from the colors and fonts to the entire layout of the page, making sure it looks great on any device, big or small.
And that brings us to the final piece of our core trio, JavaScript. This is the magic that makes a website do things. When you click a button, submit a form, or see a cool animation pop up. Yeah, that's all JavaScript. It's the engine under the hood that powers those dynamic, interactive experiences we expect from the modern web.
So you've got the basics down. You can build a simple, static website. Now let's level up. Because being a professional developer isn't just about writing code, it's about managing it properly, efficiently, and working with a team. It's time to open up the professional toolkit. In here, we've got 3 essential tools. First, there's Git. Think of it as your personal time machine for your code. It lets you save snapshots of your progress and rewind if you make a mistake. Then you have GitHub, which is the cloud platform where you store all that code to share and collaborate with others. And finally, there's NPM, which is your key to a massive open-source library of code that other people have already written.
Now, this is a really important distinction because it trips a lot of people up at first. Git is the tool itself, the software that runs on your computer. It's the engine that tracks all the changes in your project. GitHub, on the other hand, is the service. It's the cloud platform where you host your project. It's the garage where you park your car. You need the engine to use the garage.
Okay, think of this as a checkpoint on your developer journey. Before tools like NPM, if you wanted to use code that someone else wrote, it was this messy, manual process of downloading files and hoping for the best. Now, with a single command, you can tap into the world's largest software library and instantly add powerful features to your own application. It's a game changer.
All right, we've got our foundations solid, and we've got our professional tools ready. We're prepared for the final leg of this journey. This is where we learn to use modern frameworks and cutting-edge techniques to build the complex, powerful applications that you use every single day. First up is React. It's a massively popular library for building user interfaces. Its core idea sounds a bit nerdy, the view is a function of state, but what it really means is super simple. The stuff you see on the screen is a direct result of your app's data. When the data changes, the screen just updates automatically. It lets you build huge complex interfaces out of tiny reusable building blocks, kind of like Lego.
So how do we style these modern apps? Well, Tailwind CSS has a really different philosophy. See, older frameworks gave you pre-built components, like a finished button or a card. Tailwind does the opposite. It gives you tiny, single-purpose building blocks, utility classes, that each do one little thing. This gives you total control to build completely custom designs, lightning fast, right there in your HTML.
And our final checkpoint is testing.
I mean, how do you make sure your complex app actually works the way you think it does? That's where Vitest comes in. It's a modern testing framework that's built for speed. It fits perfectly with today's tools, making it incredibly fast and simple to write tests that give you the confidence that your application is rock solid.
Okay, let's zoom back out. We've traveled all the way from the absolute basics of a single web page to the professional tools and modern frameworks used by top companies all over the world. Now let's put it all together and see how these pieces connect to form one clear, cohesive roadmap.
And there it is, the complete path, laid out for you. You start with structure, add style, and bring it to life with interactivity. Then you learn to manage your work like a pro with version control and package management. And finally, you use all of that to build and test real-world modern applications. See how each step builds logically right on top of the last one?
What's so important to see here is that this isn't just a random list of technologies to memorize. It's a structured path. Each one of these is a checkpoint on your roadmap, and each one unlocks a new level of skill and understanding, designed to take you from that initial feeling of confusion to genuine confidence.
So, where do you go from here? If you're just starting out and this all feels brand new, we've got a beginner-friendly playlist that will walk you through these fundamentals step by step. If you're a bit more comfortable and you're ready for a deeper dive, then check out our detailed playlist, where we really get under the hood of each of these technologies.
This is Developer Roadmaps. Map your path, build your career.